Maryland. It's a duo leading the way for Syracuse here today, Ryan. When you talk about the combination that is Brendan Curry and Tucker Dordevic, these guys have been together for 5 years and looking for one of their biggest all-time wins here today.
Yeah, they're both studs. Curry is super fast. You know, talking to Coach Gate this week in the pregame call, he talked about we're going to be seeing a lot of them out there in the game today. When they're not at midfield, they're going to be playing attack. So he's going to try to keep his two stars out there on the field as much as he possibly can today.
Well, player Gary Gate had his jersey retired before the game. How about the second game for Coach Gary Gate? He's got to go against the #1 team in the country.
Yeah, absolutely. This is a big test for him. All eyes are on him and his squad here in the Dome today. Huge crowd, a lot of excitement, a lot of alumni in town. And, you know, Syracuse is looking to get that rich tradition back and get back in the Final Four and championship weekend. So this is a big test for Coach Gate today.
That is what Coach Gate told the Orange fans here before the game. There's Logan McNaney, Maryland's starting goalie. His second year starting for the Terps, had them within a goal of the national title last Memorial Day. And he is a New York native. His counterpart has only been in Syracuse for about a month. The Virginia transfer, Bobby Gavin. He looked solid, Ryan, in his starting debut last week. This is going to be a whole new world for Bobby here today.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that you play a game of this magnitude in the Dome. Goaltending and face-off is always super important. Two keys of the game will be the netminders and the face-off X today.
Well, the Fogos are Jacob Fopp and Luke Weirman, both Pennsylvania guys. They spent all summer practicing against each other, and Fopp gets the better of it on the first face-off today. So we shall see, Ryan. We're expecting a whole different look of an offense. Tommy's fault in any way whatsoever. But Maryland is man up again. Wisnauskas, he's the guy on Maryland this year. With the graduated Jared Bernhardt, who won the tour last year, saved by the helmet of Gavin. Brett Kennedy fighting for the ground ball. Will stay Maryland ball as Jonathan Donville was nearby. Still man up. Shot and a goal for the Terps. This one, we promise, will count. Give it to Anthony DeMeo on the extra man.
Man, Maryland plays with a lot of confidence on their man-up unit. All guys ready to go at all times. Great ball movement, tic-tac-toe. DeMeo ends up with it at the end with a low-to-high riser and bangs it.
Murphy had a hat trick as a member of the Blue Jays a couple of years ago down at Homewood. Murphy, skip pass, and a shot ripped home by Jack Brennan. 2-0 Terps. As they've had the better of an out last week, they're acted like it early in the Dome. 2 early goals, the most recent from Jack Brennan. Top-ranked Terps, a 2-0 lead. Not really early. The Orange defense has been standing in there, but they've been on defense a lot here in the opening 10-plus minutes.
They really have. I think both defenses rather have been playing excellent so far.
McNaney's just had the saves. Wisnauskas through traffic and scores. He took them all on. Logan Wisnauskas, his first career game in the Dome for the former Orange.
Wisnauskas, just a veteran getting the job done. Great understanding of the game. Sees the slides coming right in front of his face. Does a great little roll dodge right here. Banging off the defenseman, the big body.
Saves already, though, for McNaney. Kyle Long, the All-American, finds DeMeo. Wisnauskas again. 2 for Logan Wisnauskas and a 4-0 Terps lead. Pat?
Well, like we talked about, great goaltending play here in the early going. They're not making a move too much. And then at the other end, transition comes a little bit. Wisnowski is doing a great job right in the middle of the field. Syracuse got to turn this thing around.
Ball turned aside. Gavin didn't see it. It almost got deflected into the net. Donville had the initial shot. But again, the Terps maintain possession with DeMeo. He gets a step on a Vilas and goes off stick high and blows it past Gavin for a 5-0 lead.
Yeah, DeMeo with a great underneath move right here, keeps that stick protected out in front of him for as long as he possibly can so it doesn't get the trail check put on his stick, and then a great placement on a shot. Not always do you have to put it right in the exact corner. You just got to...
in without one, Ryan. Each possession that goes by without it, it feels more and more important at this end of the field.
Yeah, it really does. And, you know...
And finally, from the outside, Lucas Quinn, first game of the year, first shot of the year, and his first goal of the year.
You got to respect his speed. Just a speed dodge down the right-hand side. Maryland trying to help just a little bit. He gets it back to Quinn, and Quinn puts down a worm burner down to the bottom part of the cage. And then, as you can tell, he pumps up the crowd a little bit. The Syracuse bench goes nuts. So
Dordovic. Yeah, Dordovic new to the attack game. He spent many years as an All-American midfielder. Dordovic, free, low, and another goal. Same shot, same result. Quinn.
Much is that he can shoot lefty and righty just as fast. That opens up the door for so many different things. You got to respect a player like that when you're playing defense on him. To be that threat shooting lefty right there. Obviously he didn't. Quick roll back. He's got...
Here goes man up. See if they can strike again here and stretch their lead back to 4. Wisnowski's great pass to the crease, and the finish inside by Jonathan Donville, the Canadian, and it's 6-2.
100th career assist. What a find right here. Great vision. Right on the doorstep. And Donville stretches out those arms a little bit right there and then cans it to the back of the net. Great vision.
And a big loss to the offense. He can win his matchup without actually having to beat a guy. He wins his matchup by standing still, some of the stuff he does. Here's Dordovic off the timeout. We'll see what Gary Gate and Pat March have drawn up, and it's a goal for Tucker Dordovic. He scored with the left, and now he scores with the right.
This really starts back with Curry dodging across the top of the field, and it makes Maryland come with a short stick on Dordovic. And that's a great advantage to Syracuse in number 23 when that's the situation. The guy's super explosive.
Numbers for Maryland. Here comes Jack Corus. Draws a man. A trailing shot rifled into the upper right corner. Gabe Goforth. Puglisi, who scores length of the field, and Maryland turns defense, Rhino, into a full field fast break.
Yeah, this has happened 3 or 4 times now where Maryland's pushed down in transition. This time they take their time, show extreme patience, and they got the trailer coming behind the play. Oh, geez.
So I was referring more to John Tillman's goalies, but we can't forget the Hall of Famer. He's in every Hall of Fame that exists now, much like Gary Gate and Brian Doherty. Played for the big man, Dick Adele, back in the day. Shot by Dordovic, and a hat trick for Tucker. It all started, Ryan, with Sam Alexo.
Yeah, just a little poke check right there. Gets the ball back for Syracuse. After the poke check, excellent ground ball. And then it comes down to the offensive end. And again, Tucker Dordovic. I think that he might have heard me saying that no one's stepping up and winning their matchups, because since I said that, he's gone up.
Down here, there's 9-10 seconds difference game in shot clock late in the half. Griffin Cook, another guy that can play attack or mid for this versatile Orange offense. Behind, it's Quinn, and there's his second, and Syracuse is back within 2.
That's exactly what Coach Gate was talking about on our call this week. Playing a little bit more freelance, a little bit more box style. Lucas Quinn is a midfielder. He's coming up from behind the cage, catching the ball with his back to the cage, and turns around with a nice underhand low rock.
Final 10 seconds of the half. Dordovic, he dragged the Orange back in it. Outside rip is home, and it's a hat trick for Quinn. 7-6.
What a
rocket.
Love what Syracuse is doing right now on the offensive end. Tic-tac-toe passing. Dordovic drawing a lot of attention. D-Mitty's got to slide off Quinn, and Quinn just catches it up top and just cans one.
See But adjustments were made at halftime, and we know that on the Maryland side with John Tillman, one of the top coaching outfits in the country. To Mayo, a trailing long. Wisnauskas in his sweet spot. Orange slide. Long. And he pings it past Bobby Gavin and full force.
This all started up top just with a little cat and mouse game out of the midfielders that gave the advantage to Maryland, who came with a little extra numbers there in a transition plays. And Syracuse
got it out. Donville. Wisnauskas, an outside blast, and the Terps again by 3. All started with a ground ball. 3 lead. Silent for the second quarter with a big lefty as the Terps back up by 3. Now Berkman. Looking for something. Berkman out top. Cordes to the crease. And Birtwistle on the board in his college career, and what a time for it. Orange back within 2. And that's the first Dordovic and Lucas Quinn.
Yeah, it's just so unbelievable. I don't know why Syracuse doesn't do this on every possession. I'm talking about the great passing. Berkman draws a ton of attention right there. He really makes that goal go. Drops it down low, finds the back of the cage, but what's
Deuce ball, again a chance to cut it to 1. Final seconds of the third. What a game it's been today in the Dome.
gotta go.
4 seconds. Berkman shoots and scores! Mikey Berkman! And it's a 1-goal game.
The close on the second quarter. The Orange have come to life here in the third. Mikey Berkman, great awareness of the clock. Great timing on taking it to the cage. And he hammers home a high, hard one. That's a huge, yet a gigantic goal for the Orange to draw them back within 1.
Talk about picking. Well, Bobby Benson took over the OC job at Maryland. It was January last year, late in the game, when J.L. Reppert got the Holy Cross head coaching job. As here comes Puglisi, who's already got a goal in the game. Skip past Wisnauskas in his spot and buries it from the right wing. He don't miss from there. Terps by 2.
A riser to the top upper 90 of the cage. Great vision, finding him on the backside. I feel like Syracuse has not always been aware of number 1 is on the field today, and you gotta know where he is at all times. He's gotten loose in the middle of the field. He's
situations like that instead of 80, which have been the case ever since it debuted a handful of years ago now. Here's Long. Pass outside. Donville goes low and scores. Terps by 3. The first midfield line combining here, Ryan.
Yeah, this offense is pretty potent. They're tough to stop. They're getting Syracuse really out of sorts. You see so many guys down goal line extended that low, and just a wide open look on the back.
Minutes and change to go. There's Owen Murphy. Great speed by the second line midi. Finds Maltz, turning shot and scores. Daniel Maltz. And it's 12-8.
It's just like I just talked about with the Maryland offense being so potent. They got so many different weapons that they can tap into. Down at the Syracuse end.
Now Dordovic. He's been the one-on-one guy today for the Orange. Sweep and shoot, and a bouncer scores. A 4th for Dordovic. And the Orange end the 3-goal Maryland run as Tucker comes up limping after the goal.
Yeah, we're going to keep an eye on him and watch his mobility, but just a high bouncer right there. Takes a weird little spin off the turf.
Final 9 minutes now. Number 1 Terps up 3. Donville. Sliding past Avila, shot skids wide. Gavin another stop. Maryland maintains possession. The shot clock did not go back up to 60. Behind, Donville says it don't matter. Hat trick for the Cornell transfer.
Yeah, we talked about the creativity of the Gates coming from Canada. Donville out of Oakville, Ontario. Grew up playing box lacrosse, a little backhand shot there. They encourage your creativity, find different ways to put the ball in the net.
And that the Orange can play with number one, but we're also seeing the gap still to number one. Outside, Dordovic! 5-4 Tucker. If anyone's going to bring Syracuse back today, it's that guy.
Great catch, right away, dodging. Sees that he's got to step on the defenseman and catches the goaltender out of balance just a little bit. It doesn't have to be the hardest shot. It's well placed and it's deceptive. Number 23, Dordovic, strong showing right now, and he's super important for the Orange in this one.
13 on it now. Murphy. Outside, open shot off the pipe by Brennan, and picked up and dumped in. The goal for Owen Murphy, the Hopkins transfer. And the Terps up.
Owen Murphy, this is just right place, right time. Tons of room, picks up the Lucy, a little inside roll. I like how he lowers his head, drops the goalie, or freezes the goalie.
Don't avoid each other. They play each other in the regular season. They do it again in the playoffs every year.
Yeah, absolutely. This is what college lacrosse is all about. You know, we used to thrive off playing against the best competition in the biggest games, and that's why you come to such historic lacrosse programs like Syracuse, like Maryland, like Johns Hopkins, like Virginia. So it's for these moments and these games and playing in front of big crowds, and it brings the excitement to the game of lacrosse, and a great opportunity.
Now Maryland just killing off the clock. They're man up right now. There is a few more seconds on the game clock than the shot clock, but the issue has been decided here today in the Dome. Orange rallied late in the second quarter, late in the third quarter, but no more gas in the tank for a rally here late in the fourth. And the Terps, impressive as the number one team in the country as they entered here today. A shot clock violation. The Orange will get it back here just to kill the final couple of seconds. A game effort today by the Orange, but Maryland just proved to be the better team this afternoon in the Dome. Final seconds will roll off here today, and Maryland has proved their worthiness as number one. Game effort by the Orange, but that guy, Logan Wisnauskas, came to his old stomping grounds and beat his old team today, 14-10.